Okay, how y'all doing out there, bro? This is the Black Effect, and this is Nico B. And I want to get into this, man. It's kind of running a little late, over here. But it's all good, man. A little tired, but the Lord is good, and we finna get it. The modern woman does not want to follow God. I don't have to give the disclaimers. We've been doing this for a long time. If you're a woman and you know this don't apply to you, then you can just listen, or you can click off. But I mean, this is for anyone. This is for everybody to listen to, and we could talk about it. But the modern woman, meaning the millennial woman, meaning any woman basically who's in Western society, meaning I can't even put it into an age group, to be honest with you, because it's a spirit. It's the Jezebel Spirit that's in the country, that's in Western society. You understand? It's the Jezebel Spirit that's been allowed to run haywire. Okay? When this spirit doesn't go checked, when it goes around unchecked, it grows. It grows just like any other spirit, and Satan grows it, and it becomes a monster in itself, and becomes something that righteous men have to. God himself really has to empower righteous men. So basically, God himself has to iron this out on the earth. That's what happened when when in Sodom and Gomorrah, when the homosexual males and sex got, and the males start burning in their lust and becoming perverse, the Lord himself got rid, and everybody in there was stealing. I mean, Sodom and Gomorrah was a town full of sin. It wasn't just homosexuality, but it was so, homosexuality and lust was so bad that all the men were performing it, even all the boys. You understand? So when the sickness of sin gets like that, only God can come iron it out. Now look at the modern day woman. Look at modern society. Look at what it's became. When in the agenda to take the power away from men, try to minimize men's role and make it seem like everything that they do is trivial, when it's human nature. The things that they trying to make it seem like the heterosexual man, like he doesn't deserve initial respect. He doesn't deserve to be happy. Like, basically the traditional family is being shunned and frowned upon. That's the pursuit that it is, to keep the harmony of the earth. One of the mandates of God is to go about and be fruitful and multiply, to populate the earth, to tame the earth and populate it. You understand? And he does that in the framework of a man and woman in a exclusive relationship between the two. So the two have a relationship. They have a relationship first, and then they create a child. And that creates a family, in turn creates the community. And you have to have order within that. It's an order that you had produced that child, and it have to be order in life. You understand? Right now, the order of God is being shunned. You understand? The Lord is not with a haughty spirit. These women being haughty out here. These women out here they're vain. Vanity, vanity to the Lord. Beauty is vain, and vanity is a sin. You being like, it's one thing to appreciate the beauty that God has given you. It's one thing to use your beauty for its purpose, for good purposes. All you women now, a lot of modern day women, that all you hear them talking about is chasing a bag, chasing a bag, chasing some type of attention. Like, it's nothing wrong with living your best life, man. God wants you to live your best life, but what you don't understand is living your best life is in a union with a man. Like, you could do them same things that you doing, but wouldn't you want to share that with a decent man? And it's not even just that. It's like y'all can't even have good relationships on the earth. Y'all produce children. And if you don't want to deal with men, then stop dealing with them. But no, you have women dipping from man to woman, from woman to man, from man to woman, from woman to man. It's just confusion upon the earth. And women are the ones who do that. By and large, you have dudes who try to, be bisexual and hide their sexuality and go from man to woman. But for the most part, they not allowed. Like, that gets stomped out with men. Like, men get shamed for trying to do that, and as they should. But I'm gonna get into this, man. We finna really get in depth with the modern woman, man. And this Jezebel spirit that's on the earth, because all of this has been said. Everybody. It's not just women who are, acting, who are falling from grace. But what the problem is we are supposed to be the head. Men are supposed to set the order. Women are vessels. They not gonna. You can't be mad at female nature. No one's mad at that. Because since ancient times, female nature has been to go where the power lies. That's female nature. The only time that goes for the cultures, that goes for the tribe that they're in at the time. They go where the power lies within the demographic that they're in. But even when you have other warring nations that come and sack that tribe or kill off the men, they would then in turn take the women. So what do you think happened when those groups of men came in and killed off the other group that those women were with? Those women were just yesterday. They were talking to the men. They were loving on the men. They probably had sex with the men the day before. They were cooking for them and doing everything. Then one group or another group of men come in from a marauding, more powerful town or city and come and kill the men off and take the women captive. And what do you think those women did with those men? Some of them might have mourned for about a week. Some of them might have mourned for a month or so, but really, at the end of the day, they had to get down or lay down. They may have mourned, but they eventually became those men's women, became those men's wives. That's just how it worked. God never ordained you as a man to be chasing women. He never did that. But at the same time, that's something that for men is a good thing in life, to find a wife. And the Lord says this: the man who finds a wife finds a good thing. So finding something means that it's that you have to look for it. You have to look for it. Finding something mean it's not easy to attain. You understand? Like when you find something, like if you're looking for a needle in a haystack, or you looking for you looking for a quarter in a sea of nickels or stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta sift. It's gonna take you some work to sift through it, is what it means. What God is telling you. And if you looking, and what I mean is, the modern woman don't want to follow God, man. She'll rather follow Satan, because Satan got all the gifts, man. If you look at it like this, the modern woman America is giving her the carte blanche. They set the laws. You have abortion laws, unless you're in Texas, thank the Lord. But you got abortion laws, which abortion is murder. And you have these court systems that are just set women up, and the media behind them saying, you go, girl, you go. You can just have as much sex as you want. You act like a nigga, and it's okay if you got 5 kids. You still you still got value, girl. You could be fat. You have women just really just running, like drinking themselves into a stupor, smoking, acting like niggas, eating these fatty, rich foods and stuff, running around, like they some and calling themselves queens. If you look in the Bible, you know what I'm saying, the majority of the queens in the Bible, they weren't godly women. If you look in the Bible, you know what I'm saying, those queens and stuff like, and all the monarchs and all that stuff, the women running around and all them, none of them women were godly women. These were carnal women acting, and ending up losing. They, end up dying and going into hell just like any other person. Women, a lot of these women today, I don't know what you think your looks is gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what you think your looks mean to the living God, because looks fade. You women are too haughty out here. What haughtiness is just vanity, man. Y'all run around thinking that your looks define your whole character. A lot of women thinking that just because you can sleep with a man, that gives you some high value. And that's nothing but a lie from the pits of hell itself. It's for women. It's not. I don't know where this became a thing and where the disconnect came about, to where you think that it's about the amount of men you can sleep with. Man, that's sad. In this day and age, now it's about the women and thinking that it's a badge of honor about the amount of different men they can sleep with. Men who got wives, men who, what I'm saying, who already they know they don't see themselves being with, men who beat women. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. As long as these men, may be a celebrity, these men may have some type of status, whatever. And it just, the urge hit them. These women to go offer up their body to these strange men and wonder why they have so many problems. The Lord tells you, what I'm saying, sex is more than just a physical exchange, just you giving, having some, knocking some bumpies, some uglies, and thinking that that's it. Nah, you take all the spirits with that man. You are the intake vessel. You understand? The Lord don't never mention in the Bible jumping no broom or going to no courthouse and getting no papers and somebody, we guys married now. No. So what do you think so what do you think marriage is consummated by? Sex. That's what it is. If you make that commitment to a person, y'all, come on, man. I don't know where the common sense has just, like I said, I don't know where the disconnect has came from. It's because people don't have discernment anymore of God. They've abandoned God. The men have too, and that's why they've lost the reins of the women. The men have abandoned. Do you see them the men in the Middle East? Do you see them, them having this type of problem? No, they don't. And they don't even believe in the truth of Jesus Christ. These men, that's how powerful it is. But the laws of God are set for a reason. You know what I mean? It's to keep these women it's to keep them in order with the Lord. It's like to protect them from themselves. Where do you think the sayings come from that, women and children? Why do you think that it's women and children first? And the saying comes that women, this was a saying that only recently has, kind of looked at. Now people look at it that as being misogynist, that they're equating women to children in the way of their emotions and actions, and in the way that you have to have discipline. That they need discipline. If left, look at that. The women get the men over here, and that's why the government uses women, because they have the men. They get them to have a consumer mindset. They keep them on that consumer mindset. Now, that's a good thing in a way, and it's a bad thing. It could be a gift and it could be a curse. Women, they are a gift to men, because they'll make a man, like a woman can get in a man's house. And a lot of men wouldn't even have nice things if it wasn't for women. And I'm gonna just keep it real, because men don't even they simple. A lot of men are simple. They have their simple things, and that's enough. They get content. Women, they'll motivate men to get some better things. They'll fix his house up. You understand? They can inspire healthy competition sometimes, but they also can inspire toxic competition. These women can, they can, you heard of women things, you heard of the muse, women being a muse, like a beautiful woman around. You know, she can just like enhance the things that a man are doing. You understand? And the same, like, in it's vice versa. Like a man is, not so gonna be a woman's muse, but he's gonna fill in certain special things of her life. He's gonna fill in that missing void in her life and give her purpose. This is a special thing. But modern women today, they love being in the street. They think that this gives them a false sense of power, but it's like a drug. It's like an immediate rush. You know what I'm saying? You got so many simps. It's like poison ivy, man. A lot of these women are, taking like on a persona of the poison ivy, like the Batman villain. But this isn't new. Like I said, what's new is a lot of the men has just became, they're following the women, and it don't matter what race you want to talk about. That's the case. You understand? Look at, you could just look at it out across the board. It's like women can do no wrong and men, the ones who built everything, the ordained leaders of the earth, are getting demonized. And look at the protectors, even the cops. You want to defund the police, when they've been protecting you the whole time, and it's a bunch of lies getting produced in order to do this. You want to feminize the males, while you have other countries who are having man training, and trying to raise the morale of they men and not kill it. You not motivated. You have men being less and less motivated over here, because now you have groups. You have wicked women having babies by the same type of guy, like I said, and then some of them again going to kill a baby, having abortion, and just casual sex with the same type of guys. And you have some men who just not even, can't even find a good woman, can't even find a wife. A lot of women don't want to be good. That's the reason why. And for those dudes, they just end up, they be involuntary incels, or they just be, paying for booty or watching porn. Like that's producing a wicked society. The brain is changing, you know what I'm saying? But then you have women who will be out here, they out here talking about, I don't need no man. I don't want no man. They don't want to serve no man is what they don't want to do. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to get themselves together, but they'll be out here advertising sex all day. They'll be out here with dildos, advertising dildos. Like, come on, man. They'll be out here kissing on each other, drunk, smelling like Newport cigarettes, kissing all on each other. You know what I'm saying? They'll be out here, you know what I'm saying, slobbing on each other, touching each other booties, just sexual deviance. But then talking about they don't want no man, or I don't need no sex, overrated to me, or all that. Man, shut up, man. You understand? Woman, be quiet. You understand? The men is getting tired of this. And the thing is what women don't understand. It's a deadly alliance amongst men when it comes to, to women. It's an alliance. The one thing, men, I just told you, like back in the day, some men in ancient times, men would go kill other men, other groups of men, take their goods, and part of the goods would be the women. They wouldn't kill them. They would even keep some of the kids. You know what I'm saying? But you have women today who don't understand, who think men play around when it comes to this. Like God has ordained a certain order of life. Like you can't disrupt orders of life, like and expect secular men to take it well. They're not gonna take it well. You're gonna start creating chaos on the earth. And like I said, it's a deadly alliance amongst men. How do you think that Sharia law come into play? Like the men in all agreements with that. You understand? Because you can't mess up the harmony of life. Like they have to in turn restore order. And again, I'm not trying to pick on women, but it's not about that. I'm speaking, from the God's perspective. I'm not speaking on no secular BS or just some dude talking. Or you're a misogynist. Is God a misogynist? God has ordained all of these things. Is he a misogynist? And if you say that, you blaspheming. God has ordained you to have a role, a man to have a role. He ain't never say that no man had to was high value because he had a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? He ain't never say a man have to come and be taking you on no expensive trips and dates. He ain't never ordained that. Nigga, Adam and Eve was living in the in paradise. You understand? They ain't have none of this modern amenities that you women like. It don't take all that. You and a woman could be living in the woods. Y'all could be living in the woods, secluded. Y'all could be living on a farm. Why is it that you see movies and you see things with white men, when white men do stuff like that? They could be living on a farm with their chick, living happy. Tom Cruise and went out somewhere, is Mission Impossible. He living in the farm in a just a shack with his woman. Don't have to be the best looking thing. Nigga ain't got a whole bunch of money. Nigga be on the damn run. But the women be looking at that like, oh, that's so romantic. I would love that. And honestly, and in real life, y'all too, that would probably be the best times of y'all life. Honestly, that'd be like, you know what I'm saying? When you connect with a person like that, that would be that'll be y'all own paradise. But you modern women don't want that. You see that on the movie, like, oh yeah, that's because it's Tom Cruise. You see it like, oh yeah, yeah. But see, y'all don't really want that in real life. Y'all look at the things that y'all can't attain. That's why the standards y'all set standards so high. And we know this because these same women who set those high standards love the women who don't even meet up to those standards themselves. You have a woman who don't want to talk to a dude with one kid and she got 5. You have a woman want to talk to a dude with a 6-pack and she got she's obese technically, clinically by doctors. But the thing is you have the women in the Bible. You don't have many women. You don't have many women prophets in the Bible. The books of the Bible, most of these books in the Bible was written by men and about men. You have very few books in the Bible that spoke of virtuous women, spoke of women showing qualities of godly quality, divine qualities of leadership, because it's a divine quality for a woman that to take on that role. God in turn gets behind her, and it's not nothing wrong with a woman speaking and teaching other women, man, teaching women about righteousness, man. She need to do that. She could be teaching other women how to be wives, teaching them good things, setting good examples. There's nothing wrong with that. You understand? But look at the amount of wicked women you had in the Bible. You had Gomer, the prophet who married the prophet Hosea. She abandoned him, and in order to go get into a relationship with multiple dudes, multiple lovers. You understand? And even though she betrayed him like that, he went back and got her, settled her debts, and took her home because God told him to do it. You understand? This is an example of a woman loosed in a wicked woman in the Bible. You also had Lot's wife. You understand? She lived in Sodom. You know how Sodom and Gomorrah, that was legendary wickedness. It say, when the angel told him to flee, the angel come to Lot, tell him, they in the city. Lot see it as being wicked. He tell him, go get his wife, man, and his family and take them out of that city. While they moving and leaving, God is bombing and raining hell and brimstone, fire from the heavens. That's like meteors. That's like you looking up in the sky. You know what I'm saying? God tell you to leave a city, and as you leaving and you driving off out the city, you just see meteorites just dropping on that son bitch. Bang, bang, bang. Meteorites be hitting like with the tongues, like with the that's like God's atom bombs. Like them whole hit like with tons of force. So bang, bang, stuff is on fire. And she have the nerve to look back. God say, don't ever look back. She missing the sin. She missing the city. She missing all of the hot girl summers. She turning around, she look back. See, that's the thing. That's why a lot of you women won't be wives. Y'all don't want to be. And we know that. Just tell God that. Tell God that and live out your wicked life. But see, the thing is, when you tell God that, he going to tell you, go about your way and go do what you do. You live your sin out to its fruition. Sin lead to death. What woman come on this earth talking about she don't want to be no wife to no man, to no good man, no righteous man? Like, what? But you don't want to serve the Lord? Like, you're not doing nothing for him. So you're not no nun. You still having sex, popping nuts, and diving in muff. Wicked, man. You know what I'm saying? Wicked is the modern woman. I'm sorry. I ain't got to do videos on, I'm not have to put the man into this. I'm not talking about him right now because we've already done that. We already know that. I am a man. So I know how that go. But let me get into this. We already know the witch of Endor. You know, we know how wicked she is. She made her living by attempting to conjure the dead. And the only time she did it successfully is when God sent Saul. I mean, what was that? When God sent Samuel to giving that message to Saul. But this is a witch. And now that's not far-fetched from nowadays. You have literal women who talking about putting voodoo on men, putting hoodoo on men, putting blood in their spaghetti, and committing spells and witchcraft. God says witchcraft is of the devil, man. You understand? God does not, any type of witchcraft, any of that is horrible sin to the Lord. Any of that experiment, talking about you conjuring the dead, talking about some psychics, anything like that is not of God and it's of Satan. And men need to get far away from women like that. You need to check and see. Like when you niggas love a lot of you black men, the brothers, you love these hotep women with these unks and talking about God is a woman and the earth God and all that is them pagan guys. They false anyway, but all that leads to is Satan, it's witchcraft, it's sorcery, and God don't like that. And you gonna get punished, man, if you around that, bro. If you around that type of stuff and like, oh man, oh girl, what she do, man? And she, all right, my nigga. When she start conjuring them demons, cause that's all it is. When she start messing with them demons, they gonna come in to ruin her life and yours, bro. So you gonna get caught up in it because God not gonna spare you. Delilah. Look at Delilah in the Bible. It was said that she was of the foreign nation. So she's a foreign woman. She messing with the chosen man of God. This wicked girlfriend, this wicked woman sold Samson out after he had professed his love for her, gave her everything he had. While he was laying fast asleep, resting his head in her lap. You understand? The Philistines came and cut off his hair and took his strength. While he vulnerable, he think this woman love him and he love her. He resting his head in her lap and she let the foreign nations come through, and cut his hair out. Just for example, just bear with me, just example. That's like you as a, Caucasian man, you sleeping with, you got a Hispanic woman, and that's your girlfriend. You love her to death. You think or an Asian woman. You with an Asian woman, love her to death. Think she love you. Y'all in vacation or something in China. And she, you laying in her lap and everything. You wake up and now the damn, you got 10 people of 10 Chinese men or Asian men around, and they got guns drawn on you, knives on you. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. Like wicked women, bro. You had Potiphar's wife. This woman was a high-ranking Egyptian woman, and she fell for Joseph. Just because he wouldn't sleep with her, she accused him of rape and had him thrown into jail. How many women had done that? How many women, because the dude ain't wife her up, or because he had look at Bill Cosby, man. Or look at situations like that. If you say, okay, Bill Cosby had a lot of accusers. Okay, it's been situations that doesn't even have that many accusers. Been situations where it's only been one woman who've lied on the man because he had money or something, or he was with his wife, and she, thought that they was gonna be more than they were. And she knew that off the top. He wasn't leaving his wife. But she thought that was gonna be the case. Joseph didn't even have a wife. He wasn't married. He just didn't want to sleep with this woman. A lot of modern women today can't even take rejection. Like you try to reject them, they spend all day rejecting me and good decent brothers. But you try to reject them and they have a brain aneurysm. All right. Now you have Jezebel. Now we get into the meat of it. Jezebel is the spirit that God named. He named the spirit after this woman. He named the wicked woman spirit after Jezebel. Not even just after Eve. Like, yeah, we have that. It's the Eve, the spirit of Eve, but Jezebel took the mantle. Now, Jezebel was a Phoenician princess married to Ahab. And Ahab was one of Israel's worst kings. This woman was a pagan worshiper. She always she worshiping the sun and the rain. She worshiping the rain, you know. And in order to force conversions to her storm god, she murdered many of Israel's prophets. She murdered, so she tripping. She want everybody to do things her way. She totally is going against God himself. She don't want no. That's like a lot of women today. If it was up to them, they would abandon the Christian God and make it a man. You know what I'm saying? Make it to where people can't even serve him, because you have women who try to look at the living God, not a man. This is a God. They look a being, of immense power, eternal being. They look at him as a misogynist. Some homosexuals look at God as a bigot. They look at God. They want to change God when it's them who need to change, when they need to look inward, because God wants you to live your best life, but he's not a man to where he'll change his mind. Okay. So with Jezebel, Jezebel came to a very bad end, man. She was combing, and she spent her last few moments of her life combing her hair and applying makeup so she could look her best, while her servants threw her out the palace window, feeding her body to the dogs below. Don't that remind you of the modern woman, man? Sitting there trying to do her makeup, and it don't matter what's going on. Like, soon as in the face of opposition and in the face of danger and thing, what she'll do is try to present her sexual beauty to disarm you. Like, woman, we got to do better than that. That's not what you use to disarm men, because it's not gonna work for you when when men get to a certain state of mind. It's not gonna work anymore. What you need to disarm men with is your real womanly essence, the essence of God, the softness, truth, being soft, being truthful, being dainty, being a nurturing, just like, and that's not just with your children. That's in your everyday life. And it comes off to men, you know what I'm saying? Men will see that. Men will, want to harm you. Like, who men shouldn't be trying to harm women anyway, but I'm saying the ones who do, the ones who are in that state, because what I'm saying, sometimes you can't control what state they get in. You don't know. You never know. You go certain places, those men don't act the same way that this group of men in America act. Or you go certain places, this group of men don't act the same way that, your group of men may act. You got to understand that. So it's you, being a God-fearing woman, like nuns. If nuns go, like, that's just a perfect example. They're respected everywhere. No one harms nuns. They don't. Like, and if they do, like, at the end of the day, those who are protected by God are just that. The Lord is the final avenger. And it don't matter what you do to this body right here. This body is nothing. When you shed this body, that's when the real, that's when you unlock your true potential. So those nuns are selfless the same way the monks are over there, in Tibet. These monks, these men don't care about no material stuff, and they buy, like, what I mean? Not saying that, look, and not saying that women are that you should be nuns, because I know a lot of men not gonna be celibate. The Lord knows that. And he said, that's why men and women are supposed to marry. That's when things are safe and blessed by God. When you marry, When you out there being promiscuous, it's dangerous. And I understand, like, you know, when the woman do get married, why she don't want her dude out there cheating and shit. Like, I get that totally. But the last one, you know, is Eve, of course. We all going, you know, we all mad with you, Mama Eve. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we mad with you. I'm mad at you. The reason why is because you did wrong, man. You know you did wrong to Adam, man. You know you did that wrong because the Lord gave y'all paradise. Y'all were in paradise. But just like the modern woman, you're susceptible to outside influence, outside of the marriage, outside of the agreement, outside of the ordained relationship. You go off and listen to Satan. He in the promise of better things. It's our and that just gets back to being she never satisfied. You understand? Like Prince said, maybe just like my mother, she never satisfied. And that song was a long time ago. Prince said his mama was never satisfied. That reminds us of a lot of our mamas. See your father breaking his back, doing everything he could to produce, you know what I'm saying, a quality life. Nah, y'all might not have been rich. You know what I'm saying? You might have, but you had everything that you needed as a kid. You didn't miss for nothing. But all you saw was your mama giving your daddy a hard time. That's a lot of, I'm gonna be honest, that's a lot of black women. A lot of black kids grew up seeing it. A lot of us didn't even have fathers, but and this is in every community, and I mean in the Caucasian community, all communities. You grew up seeing that scenario I just said. You see your father, if he wasn't rich, you seen him working, busting his hump, and he come back to the woman who is always something else needed, even though you had everything that you was supposed to have. So I just want to say, woman, you need to return to the Lord. If you want to be a woman, and don't follow this hot girl summer, these city girls living your best life. Don't be a wicked woman. You understand? Be set apart for God. And in turn, live your purpose for God. Live your purpose for the Lord, and he'll lead you he'll give you a good husband. And you can be a good wife to a man. You can be a gift to a man. That's your purpose. Like your purpose is to serve the Lord, and in serving the Lord, that's doing the things that he's ordained you to do on this earth. If you in turn want to have some sex and want to have relationships, get you a God-fearing man and build a relationship there. That's it. So with that being said, man, I hope I covered this. I didn't want to make this video too long, but I mean, it was really on my heart, and I just really had to set it off, man, with the word, and give y'all some, perfect examples from the word of wicked women. Like, it's not anything new, but the modern woman has channeled the Jezebel spirit. It's upon her, and it's not going to get better. The thing is that you dudes need to do is you need to be trying to find you a righteous woman. If not, and you got to be ordained, you have to be a righteous man. Like, God's not going to give you dudes good women, and y'all not good men. The woman don't have to be fully in the church. You can get, if you could teach her about the Lord and give her the word, but you need to find you a decent woman willing to, follow God. Because if she's not following God, she'll never follow you. That being said, it's your man, Nico B, Black Effect, gone.